And thank you for joining us for our second half hour of The Factor Uncensored. Tonight, black D1 athletes are under heavy scrutiny after a viral video goes in on how some prefer to date and marry white women over black women.
Why are all these black college athletes that are getting drafted having white women? What's going on? I am going to tell you, as someone that is friends with a lot of D1 football players and D1 basketball players, I'm going to tell you because they have told me. Y'all, 5 of my guys that play on Division I Power 5 football teams, and they were like, Goody, you know the type of NIL deals we got. One of my men said, bro, I was messing with this black girl. She heard about the deal I got and started to request money, Apple Pays and Cash Apps, for her hair and nails. I said, oh. My other friends were saying, bro, I would try to take her out to Chipotle, Kava, this and this and that. She would get mad talking about, why are we going to steakhouses? You're good for it. I said, oh. They were like, bro, the white women, they're down to go and get a cup of coffee, go and get some ice cream. My friends were like, bro, the white women we're dating, they pay for a lot of our stuff. I said, what do you mean? They said, bro, they know that we're making some money, but while we're at practice or we're at camp, they got us our favorite Kava bowl, double chicken, right?
Double chicken. Is there any truth to this? Joining us to talk about it, former student athlete Isaiah Chance, former D1 athlete Ken Gilliard, NFL player Trey Williams, and matchmaker Amber Lowe. Glad to have you all here on The Factor. So let's talk with the money guy first. Trey Williams, your thoughts on this, and is there any truth to this, and have you heard this before?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you hear it all the time. You know, but at the same time, I feel like, you know, it's what you prefer, you know, as an athlete, as a person. We're all human. You know, I got, you know, guys who are like brothers to me who have, you know, black and white, you know, parents, you know, so I feel like, you know, we all connect and we bond, and, you know, we have, you know, brotherhood, you know, so, I mean, like I said, it's what you prefer as a, you know, as a human.
Mm-hmm. And Ken Gilliard, you're a D1 player. Mm-hmm. Your thoughts on that?
Well, before I start, I love black women, right? That's my disclaimer. My mom used to say, if they can't use your comb, don't bring them home. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes I found my way to LSU's campus. You know what I mean? I mean, it is a little different dating a white woman than a black woman. And some of the stuff the guy said on the video is correct. You know, just dealing with.
What has been your experience? How has it been different for you? What's the difference?
I'm sorry, Mama. I have, you know, for real, I have dated white women before, and it is a different experience. You know, they're nicer. They do hush up sometimes when you're talking to them. They daddy sometimes is loaded. You know, I got to worry about certain things like that. You know, then dating black women, you know, you just know when it comes to the territory. But I love my strong black women.
And so, do any of you guys, and Isaiah, you can chime in on this too. Are you thinking in the back of your mind that maybe this white woman is dating me because I am an athlete and I'm on the trajectory to make money and get an NFL contract?
In some cases it could be. From my experience, I've never dated a white woman. I love black women. And so I would say, like you said, it's their preference, is what they want to choose. But to each his own, anybody can choose what they want. But I've never had that experience, so I can't really answer that. But, you know, like I said, it's just their preference on what they want.
And I want to hear from you, too. Is that in the back of your mind at some point that they may be dating me because I'm an athlete, not because they love me, and it may turn into love at some point?
I think all women like that, honestly. You know, even if I be 100 with you,
right?
The people say you're an athlete, you start dating different type of women too. Like different types of women come out of nowhere. You know, in that aspect, if they're black, white, Asian, Persian, Indian, you start seeing them all come out of nowhere once they find you're an athlete and you have money and things like that. So, yeah.
All right, Amber, your perspective on this as a white woman.
First of all, I'm a millionaire matchmaker, okay? I'll say that for a reason, because it's about everybody wants somebody successful, right? Nobody's ever called me and said, hey, I want 100 air. They want somebody that's on. And it is a stereotype that, you know, people get on and then they start dating interracial. But it's not about that. I agree with him. It's about what you like. But this is a bigger issue. This is culture. This is culture. This is about women. Back in the day, it used to be if y'all can do it, so can we. Then it switched to, if y'all can do it, we can do it better. And now everybody's pimping everybody, and love and marriage is like a past thing in this generation now. So it's really about the culture that we live in and what people perceive as a stereotype. But what you were saying as far as white women do this, black women do that, it's not about none of that. Entitlement comes from people that you actually love,
but
not
what
from
if
a
he's
stranger.
saying that's what happens with him?
Right.
And you
that's
say
his truth.
it doesn't matter, but he's saying this is what I experience.
Right.
This is what I go through.
Right. And that is, it is a perception. It is your own perception. You can only tell your story, right? But I agree with that, but I don't think it's that white women are like, oh, I want a cup of coffee versus I want you to pay my bills. Women in general, I think it's all women. Women in general now are leading with, you got to pay a bill before you even get to go on a date with me. It's all about the bag. So it is really about your morals and your values and what you prioritize. Is it love or money?
Ken, you got your hand out. What does that mean?
I'm just mimicking women. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's all women. You know what I'm saying? That's why, or I wouldn't be a millionaire matchmaker. Show me somebody that wants 100 there.
And Trey, as a professional athlete, do you have all races of women coming after you?
I mean, well, at the end of the day, I love my black women. At the end of the day, you know, but I get why, you know, other athletes, professional athletes, you know, go the other route. You know, I feel like from what I've seen, you know, whether it's for financial reasons or, you know, but just really loving the person, or even just being, you know, part of just fitting in. You know, with whatever the flow is going with. You know, I've seen it, so I'm like, okay, I get why they would do it, but I know for me personally, I mean, I'm team black women. I love my black women.
And one of the things you mentioned was your mom. Sorry, Mom. You know, is there ever any pressure to stay black and not to venture out?
I think I'm just naturally attracted to black women, period. But I remember one time I was dating this white chick, and I had my mom watch this movie called Elemental, right? That was about fire and water falling in love together. And she still was like, I ain't playing with you. Do not bring no white women into my house.
She
already knew the game. You know what I mean? But
Mom knows well before you do.
You know, but I love my black women. Black women, they take care of you. And you can get those same qualities from black women that you get from white women. You know, if you just treat them right and know how to uplift and treat a black woman.
And Isaiah, what do you think about conversations like this? Does that hurt black athletes having these conversations after these issues come up?
No, I don't think so at all. I think it's a healthy conversation because I think it gives us the opportunity to choose who we want. It's an open conversation, obviously. It's something that we're facing today, and it's something that we have to address. But generally speaking, I think you know, you're free to choose who you want, and I think if we keep it that way, I think it'll, you know, things will be better.
All right, that's a good note to end on. Thank you guys for joining us here on The Factor.